Here again. Man, I had some thoughts. Maybe the other day, it kind of dawned on me when I was thinking about relationships and how relationships go. You know, it start off good, honeymoon phase, and then after that, builds up. Everything kosher, everything good, everything positive. Little negativity, things of that nature. Then all of a sudden, you run into a situation where things end, and you have a lot of challenges when it ends. But it takes people different times. Some people go fast, some people go slow, some people don't really go at all, and something was like really dawned on me. We don't pay attention to the rebounds, and the effects of being a rebound. Nobody wants to be a rebound, but everybody is a rebound to somebody. And I just thought that was really, really interesting per se, because without giving it its appropriate attention, you run into these situations where you get caught off guard. And when you get caught off guard, you have to deal with the rebounds. One day you with somebody, the next day you trying to get with somebody else. So, with any shot, there's a rebound. So, I just wanted to kind of touch on that particular thing. So, relationships with the rebounds, you got the who. So, when you're addressing the who, it's who I'm with, who I'm leaving. Most times you either your initial rebound is the complete opposite of what you are accustomed to. So I give you a prime example. If you like you a bad boy, rough around the edges, man, you leave him. You ain't trying to go nowhere near anybody rough or aggressive or mean or, well, I want to say mean like that, but like you don't want no. I guess you don't want that same energy you just left from, because all it's gonna do is remind you of it. And I like to touch on that because we jump into these situations, and sometimes we like consciously do it, because sometimes you can't help why you're doing these things. And then when you start doing them, who's able to tell you to like, I'm not gonna say stop, but who's gonna let you know you're doing it? Because most time you get into these relationships, you are recovering. You've been hurt, and when you've been hurt, how do you feel about it? You feel a certain way about it, and that way you feel really, really, it affects you a certain way. Well, being transparent, I've learned from the who that the who gets you in some trouble. So you gotta really be careful with the who, because when you start addressing the who, oh my goodness, that who will put you in a situation where you just feeling a certain way. And when you start feeling a certain way, not good at all. And when it's not good, you just revert back to your old ways and jumping into that particular negativity. And when you jump into that negativity, cycle starting all over again. And nobody wants to experience that. And then the second phase, you got to wear. If you, for example, if you in the club every week, right? You can't look for a rebound in the club, because it's like That's the same thing. And if it's the same thing, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah. So you definitely want to find yourself in that situation where you're like, oh my goodness, I'm thinking about so and so right now. Oh, I miss so and so. Oh, where's so and so? Oh my goodness. So that's why I feel like it's super critical when you're dealing with the where. And then the why, a lot of times we don't take into consideration why our relationship didn't work out. And the reasons and the necessity and the necessary reasons why you're looking for another relationship. Because that's how you go from bouncing, relationship, because you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And, you know, you may get your rebound, and then, the first question you're going to ask once reality hit is why? Why I'm doing this? Yeah. So if you're asking yourself why you're doing something, most of the time it's not a good thing. That's normally not a good thing to be asking yourself to be doing something. Is why? Because in reality, what is why going to help you with? Nothing. Why is going to help you with nothing? Because the why is like super, like, it's not going to help you with nothing if you're overthinking the why. Because in reality, you're doing it for a reason. You should know your reason, and that's kind of like your marriage. And you have to be really strong and focused on your marriage, because without your marriage, you don't really have too much. So that's why, not good, not good. Now the rebounds pros, if you if you're following those steps and you're thinking about those things, the pros and cons is obvious. You are in a position, you are in a situation where you can better address your needs and wants compared to it just happening. And that's what I don't like at times with people is people get caught in their ways, and then they become stuck. They don't want to be, I'm not gonna say accountable, but they don't want to take ownership for what they're doing. Because I know me, for an example, when I'm in these situations, I tend to just reflect on why I'm in this situation. Because a lot of times we find ourselves in need of someone when, if you needed someone, what causes you to lose something if you need something? And the things you really need, you should not ever go without. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're like, I'm in need, it is definitely not good, considering like you are not being as productive that you need to be because you're in a situation. You know, you should never feel like you're in a situation. You should feel like I'm in something that's going on. What is my next move? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would definitely put some energy on. So oh wow, I would definitely say when you get into those situations, it's a lot of reflecting, a lot of like reflecting time, and I think it's hard to reflect on it's hard to reflect on these things when you're in the moment. So sometimes, you sometimes need a rebound to get you through the moment so you can better analyze what's going on and assess it. And I find this a lot in like my divorced friends and my recently out of relationship friends. Those rebounds are like they're hard, because you can really hurt people, because we all looking for something. Do you got that something? And if you think that person got that something, you may invest in them in ways that may not be healthy for you to invest in. And that stuff just get definitely toxic. And last thing you want is a toxic rebound because it just setting you up for failure because you ended something that had to be toxic or negative or not positive energy, and it led to what? Nothing to show for. So definitely want to stay cautious and healthy when you having those relationships when they're ending, And I'm not saying the relationship with the person, but with yourself. You definitely want to be healthy with yourself because if you're not healthy with yourself, you can't manage to give yourself and start over in a positive light. You're gonna have that toxicity from the past. All right, peace out, Holland.